Until recently, I thought of myself of just a thinker, a man full of ideas. I had all of them noted down in my notes app in my iPhone, but they never came to reality. And this can maybe resonate to some of you. But as said, something changed just recently. And this something has changed for all of us, not only for me. Let me explain you. I'm Jordi Amat, and I'm the proud founder of Lemondate, a dating app for private and exclusive communities. This dating app have even been used already in spaces like the Paris Olympics this summer 2024. I could have never imagined that. And the best thing, I've been able to do this from scratch, create my own app without any coding background, without any design background, with no team, no investment, and in a matter of 2 weekends. This has been everything that I need to put in there. And what has been the main enabler for this? Artificial intelligence. And basically, ChatGPT. No rocket science. Asking GPT to do things and testing these things. Let me explain this journey. First of all, you can get the look and feel of Lemondate through this QR code. You can see some images here on the left and take a look by yourself. Log in even. Hopefully, you will have been given a private code for your university. Use this code to match among only your university fellows, as it has happened with the Olympics. It was only athletes matching with other athletes. And this is the great thing of Lemondate. So, the problem is here with dating apps, as it was published this August 2024 by The Economist, is that people are falling out of love with dating apps. Even the valuation on the stocks, they has going down since the pandemic. Of course, in the pandemic they were high, Bumble, Tinder, and so on, because there was no other option. But right now, valuation against the SP 500, it has gone really, really bad. But there are some apps which are actually going really good, which is dedicated apps, like apps for single parents, for snobs, for elite communities. So all of these, like small apps for specific groups, are actually searching. But you don't want to have one app for each of the specific things. This is why I created Lemondate. So the opportunity was to create private spaces for each of these groups of people in the same environment. Actually, each of these groups can actually ask for a private space. It all started with an application, a Tinder application for weddings. And it came from a personal story. I was in a wedding once. It was 1 year ago, approx. And I was all the night flirting with the same girl, just to find out at the very end of the night that she was getting married in a couple of weeks. That was really bad. That was a plot twist, totally, which made me think that I had to be more efficient and more targeting with what I wanted to do. And this is why I started to think that Lemondate could have a lot of sense. Let's skip to the fun part, the one that you may be most interested. So how I created this from scratch with GPT. So here's the very first prompt, the real one. So it's even in Spanish if you read it, but I have translated in here for you. So what did I ask to GPT? I asked, as it says in here, I will read it for you. I want to help me create an app. Assume that I have no idea how to make it and guide me all the way until it's published in the App Store. It should be as lean as possible, but needs to be functional and cool. The concept is a Tinder for weddings. As said, this started everything for Tinder for weddings. The couple can share a link to the app with a unique code for their wedding. Single guests can create their profile and they can explain what age they have, the name, where they live, etc., etc., and indicate what they are looking for. Guy, girl, bi, whatever. If there is a match, we'll notify them. They don't even need to chat because they already have a date lined up, the wedding itself. This has actually changed a little bit, so I added chat, I added like specific groups, they can log into all the groups, they see each other and so on, but this was the first message. And let me guide you through the different messages, the different prompts that I use with GPT. So as said, this is the very first message. As you can see, the icons here are like a lemon and a baby. And after this first message, GPT answered like, oh, what an interesting project. This is the steps that you should do and so on. And then after this, I said, okay, so how much time will it take me to do this? And actually the estimation with very simple, very specific tasks and so on, it led to 12 to 15 weeks, 3 to 4 months. I freaked out. So I actually asked GPT, hey GPT, this is a lot of time of development. Is there any way to do it linear? So how can I save some time? Can you give me a suggestion that we can have actually an MVP in a matter of 2 weekends? So GPT changed his mind and actually suggest me what an MVP for a weekend could be. And actually it was like day 1, day 2, second weekend, day 1, day 2, with already some coding. After that, so I was like, okay, that's fantastic. I want to work as little as possible. Define please what task will you do and what task will be for me. And it is what he did. So your task, my task. Your task, my task. And this is actually how we evolved. So I follow up all these rules. And actually, at the end of all this planning, I said, okay, I think this sounds good. Can you explain me, can you summarize what we will end up at the end of this weekend project? And actually send me the summary. And after that, I said, okay, so I like it. We can start. Let's start with that. And actually, for a start, I started with, okay, where do I have to open the terminal? So he was saying, like, open the terminal. I have no coding background. So ChatGPT was saying, hey, if you're in Windows, whatever. If you're in macOS, whatever. Linux, whatever. I just followed all the instructions. And I even said like, hey, terminal says, hey, log in, MacBook Pro Air, whatever. And he kept telling me what to do. I even said like, hey, there's this error, command not found. Okay, then you have to install first, whatever. So every single step, I iterated with GPT to have the feedback and to continue processing. At some point, I was sending some screenshots to GPT. You can see like profile weddings, like very, very simple, saying like, hey, age has the line on top and location and so on. This is really bad. Giving some feedback. And he said, okay, I will do that. I will correct the code so that it looks better and so on. And finally, one really funny thing is that I even selected the name. So I want an animal, a fruit or whatever, lemon link, whatever, and here Lemondate. And then I thought of, hey, I can go for Lemondate. So at the end of the day, ChatGPT helped me build this dating app from scratch. So Lemondate, it was a reality. It was published. My friends could actually try it. My family, they were all connecting just to give me some feedback. So that was impressive. But it didn't only stop in here. So it gave me advice on how to set up the legal entity registration in Spain. So the notary signing, the leanest processes for this. So terms and conditions written from ChatGPT, privacy statement written from ChatGPT, even like content generation for marketing. So every single image that you see in all these screenshots, it's generated by ChatGPT. The logo, the characters that I put as a demo version. So this is all AI generated. Even like I created a LinkedIn page, an Instagram page with all the captions written by ChatGPT, with all the images generated by ChatGPT. I even set up my email so that it can go through the customers without going to the spam inbox. So it was like asking ChatGPT, hey, I don't want to be a spam. What should I do? Okay, you have to address all of this in these DNSs and so on. So, like baby steps, anyone can follow. I've not said it until now, but my background is a civil engineer, so I know a little bit of math, but not that of programming. I had never programming in my career, and I own an MBA from IESE, so a little bit of a business mindset. But like I'm like any one of you, so only with a little bit of common sense and with the help of GPT, you can now do these things. And this was just an iteration like before summer. So right now, this week, I was adapting some things of the app, and actually I was blocked because one thing I was iterating and I didn't know how to solve something. Hey, OpenAI just issued the model O1. I asked the same question to O1. Hey, in one answer, problem solved. This was amazing. And I can imagine like the next version, you will click and you will have the full application without any iterations, without nothing. So I spent 2 weekends like working nearly full time to get this like available for the public. In a matter of weeks or a couple of months, I think that this will be even faster. Like half an hour project, you will have your app ready for the market to evaluate. And this is the really cool thing. So right now I have, as said, all this LinkedIn page. I have the Instagram profile with a lot of yellowish images in here and so on. One pager, business plan, all written with the help of GPT. And the really good thing is that right now I don't have to go to investors with an idea to make it happen, or to the market to convince some clients to get some small traction to be able to do it. No, I can go there and test my product. So the velocity, the speed as you can go to the market and test your product. So the cycle, the product market fit has actually been like speed up like crazy. So last message in here, I actually would like to transmit to all of you that if you want to do a digital business, you have now the best tools and the fewer barriers that we've ever had. If you really want to make an app, to make a website, to make some services like B2B, whatever, just get your hands on, use GPT, leverage all of this information and go for it. So I don't know if Lemondate will be the next big thing, but I know that if it's not the next big thing, I will create another one. And it's very rewarding to work on creating something, to work on creating tools for others, to see that other people are using your own tools. So I encourage you to try it. I encourage you to build some things, and thank you very much.